Okay, new ban list. It has been a really long day for me. I am very tired, so I might not sound very excited or energetic, and that's why. So yeah, let's look at the ban list. Please hit Tachyon, please hit Shiranui, they probably will. Let's see how good of a job they did. Okay, so Tachyon transmigration to 1, yeah, that is expected. Alongside Coach King Giant Trainer. Okay, that's a really good hit because that does eliminate the back row heavy version of Tachyon that people play. So even though they can't play Felgrand anymore because the trap is at 1, they also cannot play Giant Trainer to draw a whole bunch of cards, which is pretty nice. Shinui Spirit Master to 1. Why would they do that? Unless they limit some other Shiranui card to 1, this will not do anything, because people only play 1 copy of this card anyway. And you can banish it from the deck using stuff like Gold Sock, so there's really no point if it's the only card at 1. We'll see if there are any other cards. Shian Spy to 1, okay, that's for the FTK, I assume. Yeah, good, kill the FTK. Oh, they also hit the equip spell as well. Then, if that's the case, why would you hit Xian Spy? You can just hit the equip spell and that would kill the FTK. There's really no reason to hit both of them. You could have just like limited this to 1 and that would completely stop the FTK because you need both 2 copies of the equip and also Giant Train to actually draw those cards. So yeah, that's more than enough. You don't really need a Xian Spy to 1. Oh, that's it. So there's no other Shiranui hits. That's strange. Limit 2. Thomas to 2. So because they hit Giant Trainer to 1, they're giving DDDs access to Giant Trainer and also making it better in general. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Limit 3 is Solitaire to 3. Again, if it's the only card at 3, it doesn't really do a whole lot. It does prevent them from playing limit 3 traps, which is nice, I guess, but that on its own doesn't really do a whole lot. Next is Spiral Dragon to 3. Okay, that basically prevents them from playing limit 3 traps. Yeah. Oh, and that's it. Okay, that's strange. That's strange for Shiranui in particular, because that's not a lot of hits. Those are not really big hits. Just Spirit Master to 1 and Solitaire to 3. All that does is not let them play Econ and the limit 3 stuff. But that's kind of it. They can still play other non-limit 3 back row stuff. The skill is not hit because obviously this is a card ban list. So they could still use a skill to make their combo basically every single time, and it's still going to be really good. So I am worried. I don't know if they're going to hit the skill or not, if they're going to make a skill balancing change really soon. I hope they do, because the Shiranui skill really needs a nerf. And also, the trap is not here. The Shiranui trap that lets you take no damage, that trap is crazy. It might not be the trap with the best effect, but it is a really annoying trap that you could use over and over again if your opponent doesn't have an out, and even if they do, you can still chain the effect, and the effect will still last until the end of the turn. Yeah, that trap is really, really toxic, and it's not in the list, which is a problem. Anyway, the unlimits, we have Ophion. That doesn't really do a whole lot because we can still only get 1 copy of Ophion from the bundle anyway. Similarly to the Luster Pendulum, it doesn't really do anything because we can only still get 1 copy anyway. Then Witch to Unlimited is fine. I mean, there really is no reason for it to be at 3 in the first place. No one's playing this card. Cosmo Town, that's nice. Cosmo does need some kind of buff. Blue Sky, yeah, I guess. Ladybug, yeah, I guess. Yeah, no changes to Rush Drill. Okay. Yeah, so as I said, Shiranui is worrying. They still have most of their cards. They could still do their really strong combo turn after turn. Yeah, I expect Shiranui to probably be the best deck in the game. If the skill doesn't get nerfed in the future. But Tachyon, I think Tachyon is a really good. The ban list is really good at limiting Tachyon stuff. I think they did a pretty good job on Tachyon. The deck is still playable, obviously. The trap is still playable. You can still use a skill to search it, but it does nerf both variants of Tachyon. Actually, all three variants: the variant with Felgrand, the variant with back row, and the FTK variant. So the FTK variant just doesn't exist anymore. I know there's still technically ways to FTK with like the continuous spell that inflicts damage every time you exceed summon, but yeah, that's a lot less consistent than the one with the equip spell, which is a free card FTK with a lot fewer steps than having to exceed climb, and also because it's only a free card combo, it's more consistent. So yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. And also, they can't play Allure of Darkness to draw cards because they need Giant Trainer, and they're both at 1 now. So yeah, that's good. Back row variant is now, it's still playable, but if you play Giant Trainer to draw the back row, you can't play Transmigration, which is nice. It does limit the amount of interactions you have, so you might not want to play this deck over other back row decks that also basically accomplish the same thing. But I mean, having a draw free even without the counter trap is still pretty good. So I think Tachyon will still probably be a really good deck, but it's not tier 0. I mean, yeah, and they can't make Felgrand plus Tachyon because that is a really annoying combination, because they can just make the Tachyon Dragon unaffected by anything, so you can always have your Tachyon Dragon on the field to use your counter trap in hand. But you can't do that anymore because the trap is at 1. So that's pretty good. And also, for the back row variant, even if they do decide to play back row, they can't really play limit free back row because Galactic Spiral Dragon is at 3 now. So yeah, it's a pretty good hit for Tachyons, at least in my opinion. But I do hope that they nerf the skill eventually, especially the Shiranui one. That's just really terrible. But yeah, overall, pretty solid banlist, assuming that they hit the Shiranui skill. But yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. I'm gonna go sleep.